Effector. So we're talking about how to get started. But before that, let's cover what Effector is in the first place. Effector is a spiritual successor to TyranoBuilder. After the development of TyranoBuilder went completely dark about 2 years ago, a developer called Fogame decided that the show must go on. Fogame founded a group named IDG Lab and continued the development of TyranoBuilder under the new name Effector. Okay, so technically there's two versions. There's Effector, which is a standalone, pre-modded version of TyranoBuilder that you can download and install like any other application. Then there's TyranoBuilder Next, which is a mod that supercharges your stock TyranoBuilder by cramming all the new features of Effector inside it. Both of them function essentially the same. The only real difference is that TyranoBuilder Next can be used commercially and Effector can be used for free. IDG Lab also has a website which acts as the main hub for Effector resources and updates. Here you can get the latest releases of Effector, find a bunch of Effector specific tutorials, get extra plugins for Effector. You can change the language here, and you can join the community by creating an account over here. So, same program, different installation process, different license. Got it? Cool. So, let's talk about the installation process. We'll begin with Effector. Go to the first link in the description, download zip. Unzip the zip into a folder. You're done. Congratulations! You now possess the power to make hobbyist visual novels for no cost whatsoever. Just make sure that none of those hobbyist visual novels make their way into the commercial market. But if they do, make sure you've purchased TyranoBuilder first, okay? Speaking of buying TyranoBuilder, installing TyranoBuilder Next. Make sure you have stock TyranoBuilder installed. You will likely have it on Steam, so the following steps are Steam specific. Go to the second link in the description, download zip. Go to Steam, right-click on TyranoBuilder, Properties, Installed Files, Browse. Unzip the zip you downloaded into the folder Steam opened. It should say Steam Apps, Common, TyranoBuilder. You're done. When you now open TyranoBuilder through Steam, it should say TyranoBuilder Next, and the launcher should look completely different. Hey, a support button! Congratulations! You just boosted your visual novel making toolset. Just make sure to back up your saves. Steam can sometimes get a little unfriendly with version control. Next, I will demonstrate the basic workflow using Effector. This part should not be considered a tutorial. First, I'll change the language to English. You can change between the two main themes here. Okay, let's start a new project. Give it a name. Here we can change the resolution. You can switch between the presets or you can select the custom resolution. When selecting without start menu, the starting project is created without a title screen. When selecting without menu buttons, the starting project is created without the in-game menu button. Okay, cool. Let's create the project. Welcome to your primary game editor screen. This is your scene editor. It contains every component of the current scene you're editing. The left side is your tool window. You can drag components from here to the scene editor. This will be the primary method of building your game. The right side is your settings window. This is where all the settings that you can tweak in the selected component will show up. At the top, you have additional context menus. We'll go through them in detail later. Alright, let's see what happens when we press Start Preview. Alright, cool. So to start off, I'll make a character by going to the character manager and adding a character here. Let's say Foe. Yeah. I'll then click the character's name, which brings up a file browser. I'll select Foe's default sprite and press open. I can also click and drag images from an open folder to the sprite list. We now have a character we can use in our game. I'll edit the text here a bit. Now let's add in a character component. On the right side, I'll click on the drop-down for the character list. Since I've only made the character Faux, it'll be my only option. I'll click on the No Image icon to bring up the character selection window where I can select one of the sprites from the ones I imported earlier. Cool. Now, let's set the position of Faux sprite. Whoa, big sprite. I'll just drag it from the corner to make it smaller. There. Actually, let's drag Faux below the frame. Okay. Let's add a character animation component. You can think of this animation as a simple 2 keyframe animation. I'll click the animation settings button and open up the positioning tool for this component. Since Faux is outside the game's frame, I'll have to type out the Y coordinate to see him again. There. Next, I'll select Yes on Motion Effect to add a time duration to the transition. I'll select Ease In Out Bounce. I will leave the Wait for Motion to Finish on for this animation. I will add a text component right below the animation. Because I have introduced Faux into the scene, I can now reference his name in the next component with a hashtag. This will bring up Faux's name in the game. One sec, I want to have some music playing in the background, so I'll hop over to Resources, Music, and have a listen to one of the songs in the list. Sounds good, I'll add it in. I'll get rid of this turn off music component to make sure this new track plays. Okay, back to what I was doing. I'll finish the writing. Next, I'll add a state component to switch out Faux's sprite. Click No Image to select image, select the sprite, done. I'll set the duration to 0 so that the transition animation would be instant. I'll drag in another character animation component. This time, Faux will move across the screen slowly. I'll enable motion effect and set the animation duration to 5 seconds. This time, I'll select Ease In Out Quad to start the animation gradually and end the animation gradually. I'll disable Wait for Motion to Finish so that the player can keep clicking to advance the text as the animation's going. I'll add another text component and write some lines. I'll select the Wait for Input and Continue Text on Another Line option. This will keep the text in the text box as I click next in the game. Next, I'll add a transition component. This will allow me to switch my scene from scene 1 back to the title screen. Transition components require a label component to jump to. I'll switch to the Scenes tab and select the title screen. Make sure to save before switching scenes. I'll add the label component at the very top of the title screen and name it Title Top. I'll also add a Remove All Characters component to make sure Faux's sprite will disappear when transitioning back to the title screen. I'll switch back to scene 1. Oh, forgot to save. Next, I can select the Title Top label as a target to jump to. There, let's see what I was able to finish in 22 minutes. This concludes a quick demonstration of VN Effector. See ya for now.